In this video, I'm going to talk about Perma.CC. This is part 1 of 2. In part 2, I'll talk about page faults. My name is Debbie Ginsberg, and I'm the Educational Technology Librarian at Chicago-Kent, and this is part of the presentation I did for Cool Tools at AALL in 2016 here in Chicago. Now, the reason why everyone is very interested in Perma.CC right now is it's a tool that prevents link rot. And if you're not familiar with link rot, it's when in a Supreme Court opinion or a law review article and pretty much anything, you find a link and that link goes nowhere. And this does happen, and even in Supreme Court opinions. So in this example, we saw a footnote to something about school shooters, a little scary, but it goes to a site called ssnat.com. And if you wanted to see more about what that footnote was talking about, you might visit that website. But if you visit that website now, ssnat.com, it goes to a 404 error, which says, "Aren't you glad you didn't cite to this webpage in the Supreme Court Reporter?" So yes, it does happen. Many of these links in the Supreme Court pages and other kinds of articles and court cases and other things we rely on every day for our research, the links just go nowhere. So Perma.CC has come up with a way for us to preserve these pages for the long term. Perma.CC is at perma.cc.com. It helps scholars, journals, corps, and others create permanent records. It's simple, free to use, and it's built and supported by librarians. And it's been working for many years, so I've been using it for a couple of years myself for various things. So here's a record that I captured back in 2013, so about 3 years ago. And I wanted to capture something about link rot, so I'm being a little meta here. And I can see what it is I captured all that time ago. I can see a screen. This is the text view, so I can copy and paste this. If I thought something was wrong about this, because sometimes something goes wrong in the text view, I can see a screenshot view. This is a just direct screenshot of what I can see if I were to be at the site itself, but it's not text-based, it's just a picture. And I can even view the live page to see if anything's changed, and it seems like the thing that really has changed is now there's some ads. But you may think, okay, so this didn't change. What was even the point of preserving it? But things do change. So in this case, let's say I was investigating the 15 most wanted list for whatever reason. This was saved back in 2014. And yes, this has changed, and the current version of the most wanted list from a couple years later now looks a little bit different. So I now have a copyable website of what it looked like on the date that I captured it. Again, I can go to the screenshot view if I wanted it, and I can compare and contrast to what it looks like today. So good thing I saved that link, because it now looks different than it did before. It didn't go away, but it does look different. Saving links is pretty easy. I log in and I get a place to put my URLs. So let's save this link here. Nice little record about lawyers, or nice little blog post about lawyers in cloud computing in 2016. And I paste the URL. And I create a permanent link. Oh, I gotta put a folder. Put it in the librarian folder. And I'll create a permanent link. And when it's done, it will look like the other 2 permanent links that I showed you. So I'll have the text version completely captured, a screenshot version, as well as a link to the live site for when I want to view it. It's taking a minute to take this links, but we'll come back to it in a minute. You may be wondering, can Perma.CC links be cited officially? And yes, they are part of the 20th edition of the Blue Book. All you have to do is put this Perma.CC link in brackets. And you can see a Perma.CC link is just the link plus a series of letters and numbers. Are we done here? Almost. All right. Yes, now we're done. So I've got my new Perma.CC link. I can even edit it if I give it a new name if I want. They're permanent after 24 hours, but I can change the link name if I want. I've got a copy of the blog post. I can see a screenshot, and I can go to the live page. So now I've got captured this page in Perma.CC for my use for the long term. Perma.CC can be used within organizations. Usually a library manages it and then has others within the organization make links. So for example, we often have, maybe our faculty may have access to it so they can add permalinks to their articles, or more than likely their faculty assistants have access to it and they add links to their own articles, and that's one way to do it. In many cases, the law school's law review also would be a sub-organization within your overall Perma.CC organization, and they may too be adding Perma.CC links to their articles. Now, not everything is something that can be saved. So if I wanted to save this NPR article, there are some sites on the web, particularly news sites like NPR, New York Times, Wall Street Journal, that don't let you save things permanently and then have them publicly available to everyone. Instead, they are saved in sort of a dark archive. So I'll make a new Perma.CC link. I'll paste my URL. I'll create the perma link. But for this one, when you see I create it, it'll be about a minute. You'll see that it's created as a dark archive and not as something that everyone has access to. So I can still put it into my article or my court opinion as a permanent link, but if someone needed to see the original text, if it's something that's visible only us, they would have to contact someone here to see the original text. So it's a private record and not a publicly viewable record. So you can see the color has changed from what a viewable record looks like, which is blue. And this one is black. So I can still see the live page, but it can't be made public, and it's made private by Perma.CC policy. And yes, you can make your own ones private as well. Other things, of course, it can't save is videos, though Perma.CC is working on that. And they're working on other improvements too, such as a Perma.CC search. To learn more about Perma.CC, visit their Perma.CC user guide. There's a lot of information about getting started, how libraries can join, how other organizations like courts can join, how to create links, other tools within Perma.CC. It's a very useful tool, great for saving links. I've even heard, for uses, if you're creating a syllabus, you might want to create Perma.CC links to the material in your syllabus, because even in the course of a semester, links can go bad. So anytime you are worried that a link might change, you might want to use Perma.CC to save those links for even short-term projects, and then you can have access to them later when you need to. I hope this information is helpful, and I hope you guys all have fun using Perma.CC.